Week 32, Anonymous Sources.
Morning.
Hey, good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad you're here.
I don't hear that very often.
Well, I've been talking to Foofie, and I had asked him if he would be part of our video today and say a few words, and he said yes, but he wanted to remain anonymous. And I explained why that is not a good idea and that's not our policy, and he's not agreeing. So I thought maybe you could review the guidelines with him.
You've already outed him by telling everyone his name, but normally...
It's true.
I guess it is coming up a lot. Classes are starting again. Students are writing stories. A number of them have brought this up, and they have a lot of ideas for stories, but one of my first questions is how are you going to get someone on the record about that? So they haven't given that perhaps a whole lot of thought, but anonymous sources, even though it's often talked about, you still see them in the newspaper every day, reading the Times this morning, and they're kind of all over the place, and usually they do explain why people want to be anonymous, but that's a warning sign right in itself. If people aren't willing to stand up and be identified, you have to be a little bit careful and suspicious of what's going on there.
They tend to say that people who remain anonymous, might say more than they know, and you don't know that, and the people reading it, viewing it, certainly don't know it. There are rare cases where someone will remain anonymous, but that certainly is not made, that decision is not made by one person. It's usually made in conjunction with other people, and certainly at least one other person in the news organization would know, and it's usually your editor would know. There needs to be some kind of discussion, and there certainly needs to be a compelling reason, and there are plenty of them, but they are rare.
So, Foofie, thank you for bringing it up, though, and there he is. He's on the record.
On the record. Best way.